It's gonna be weird every time, isn't it? Hey everybody, my name is Kayloni, and I am someone who loves books and would like to share my book adventure with you. And this is my first YouTube channel video ever, so excuse me if this is awful. A little bit about me. I'm 26 and I kind of fell off of books for a while. Well, not really fell off, but school kind of took priority, so they kind of fell on the back burner, but I am in the reading zone once again. I am from the northern USA and now I live in the southern USA. And that's all about me. My February TBR and pretty much all my TBRs are going to consist of 4 book clubs. I'm going to have the Barnes & Noble regular book club, the Barnes & Noble youth book club, the Literally Dead book club, which Kayla from Books and Lala just started, and I'm going to have the Reese Witherspoon book club. I go with these 4 book clubs because they tend to pick things that are outside of what I read. I generally read between romance and maybe a little bit of YA. I'm not very rarely, but my other one is kind of like historical fiction. I do like historical fiction, but it's hard to kind of get recommendations for that when it seems most people don't like historical fiction. But so those are the 4 book clubs that I follow. And so the 4 picks for those book clubs are the Barnes & Noble book club is American Dirt, which I really don't know much about. I know it's about maybe a Mexican family or a Hispanic family that's running away from something bad and they're running towards something good. I think it has a lot to do with the escape to America, but they decide that it really isn't an escape, and it's being compared to the Grapes of Wrath, so I'm gonna say it probably really ends up being like a heavy tragedy. And then the Barnes & Noble youth book club is Love Boat Taipei. I've wanted to read this book. I really don't know what it's about, but the cover, I love the cover. So if it's got a good cover, I'm probably gonna at least grab it. I might read it, but I'm at least gonna grab it. That book is actually, I don't have yet. American Dirt is on its way to me. Love Boat Taipei, I still need to order. And then my Literally Dead book club from Lala is The Other People, which I know nothing about. Mystery thriller is not my thing, but I'm trying to get into new places, and she seems to like books that I also like outside of mystery thriller and have a lot of the same preferences as me when it comes to other genres, so I'm hoping she's not going to steer me wrong. I'm going to stick it out a whole year. I do want to read all 12 of all of these book clubs. I successfully did it in January, and I will go over that maybe in another video of my January reads. Hopefully that will come out soon after this one, and the books that I read, which ones I liked, which ones I didn't like, and all that good stuff. And then the 4th book is the Reese Witherspoon book club, and it's called The Scent something. Let me look it up real quick. I just found out today because today is the 1st when I'm recording this, and it comes out on the 1st. The Scent Keeper, which I don't know anything about. Let me look up the thing real quick. It says, Emmeline lives an enchanted childhood on a remote island with her father, who teaches her about the natural world through her senses. What he won't explain are the mysterious scents sorted in the drawers that line the walls of their cabin, or the origins of the medicine that creates them. As Emmeline grows, however, so does her curiosity, until one day the unforeseen happens. And Emmeline is vaulted into the real world, a place of love, betrayal, ambition, and revenge. To understand her past, Emmeline must unlock the clues of her identity, a quest that challenges the limits of her heart and imagination. So really not sure what's gonna happen, but we will read it and find out. And then my last couple books are either picked randomly or it's a classic. I'm trying to read 20 classics in 2020. And so my classic for this month is good old Jane Austen. I have never read Jane Austen, but of course, as someone who reads, you should. At least, I think. We'll find out after I read my pick. But I'm going to pick Emma. This is actually 4 of Jane Austen's books. It's Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Emma, and Persuasion. I'm going to start with Emma because there's an Emma movie coming out this summer, and I feel like I should just be a little bit more informed about it. So that is that. Then my other 4 or 5 picks come out of my bucket of fries. And this is just most of my TBRs in here on these little slips of paper. And I will just pick one, and that will be the book I pick. Every month I'm going to do that. And probably next month I will show you how I pick. It's very exciting, I'm sure. It'll probably dedicate me more to the picks that I actually pick, so I can't just like throw that back in there like I did a little bit last month. And then my my 4 random picks were Every Heart a Doorway, which I feel like most of the world already knows about, except for me, because I was out of the book loop for so long. It's a pretty easy read, it looks like, or short read, maybe not easy, but a short read. I'm pretty excited because I have a lot of books I want to get through this month. And then, and again, I'm really bad about it. I don't know what it's about. Someone said they liked it, and I was like, I'll like it too then. We also have The Mothers, which is another hot way I choose books by their beautiful covers. This one I think is about like past transgressions and things that went maybe not wrong, but things that they didn't really want in their life to happen. And you can see my Barnes & Noble sticker. And her coming back to her, not regrets, but like things that she did in her youth that maybe she shouldn't have. And then we've got The Good Luck Girls of Shipwreck Lane, which is I actually got from the library. And it is about 2 girls who win a trip to a beach house and kind of just how they go about coming together to win this beach house together. And then I have 2 other books, I think, that I don't currently own that I need to get a copy of somehow. I'll probably at least buy one of them because I like owning books more than borrowing them. I do have a library collection right here right now, but this is also my sad little book collection I have. We currently moved and I don't have my books with me in this state. They're actually dispersed amongst 3 different houses back where I used to live. But back to the topic. So there's 2 books. One is Marriage for One, which I think is about like a woman who ends up marrying this guy and then it just doesn't go well. Let me look it up. Marriage for One by Ela Macy. So Jack and I did everything backward. The day he lured me into his office, which was also the first day we met, he proposed. You'd think a guy who looked like him, a bit cold maybe, but still striking and very unattainable, would only ask the love of his life to marry him, right? You think he must be madly in love. Nope. Nope. It was me, he asked, a complete stranger who he had never even heard, or who had never even heard of him. A stranger who had been dumped by her fiancé only weeks before. You'd think I'd laugh in his face, call him insane, and a few other names, and then walk away as quickly as possible. Well, I did all of those things except the walking away part. It took him only minutes to talk me into a business deal. I mean, marriage. The only days for us to officially tie the knot. And only days for us. This is ridiculous. It's got to be a good, crappy, like, romance, right? I don't know. It has almost 4 stars on Goodreads, so it's got to be kind of a good book. I don't know, like, who the audience is for this book. Obviously romance lovers. So we will see what happens. But yeah. Guys, in my last clip, I actually forgot to tell you my last book, which is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I know that it is another popular book. I am trying to really get back into reading, and I feel like I've missed a lot of books. So I'm gonna read that one. It was a random pick. It wasn't something I sought out. But just to recap on the 10 books I'm gonna read this month, it's gonna be Love Boat Taipei, The Good Luck Girls of Shipwreck Lane, Marriage for One, American Dirt, The Mothers, The Other People, Emma, Every Heart a Doorway, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and The Sun Keeper. So we'll see what I get to. Hopefully that. I actually plan to read more books than that this month, but we'll see what happens. You know, life will happen. So but I will see you all in the next one, hopefully. And if anyone watches this, thanks for stopping by, and that's all I got.